Good morning. Welcome to our training workshop. I'm Jelby, and today we will learn how to create a lecture video. For today's learning outcomes, at the end of the training workshop, the participants should be able to 1. Create a 5-minute lecture video using the OBS Studio. Upload lectures to a video hosting site like YouTube. Embed a video to your learning management system page like Canvas, Schoology, or Genio. Now, before we will start our training, let me remind you that OBS Studio must be installed in your computer, and make sure all your lecture files are in one folder. That includes your lecture slides and videos, your pictures and your animated GIF, and other files needed in creating your lecture video. Okay, this is our hands-on training workshop. Okay, before we start our training proper, no, I want you to review no the files that you have prepared. Like for example, in my case, no, I have here a folder, okay, a folder where all my lecture files are saved. So let's click the folder and open it, and let's see now what are the contents of this folder. Now in this folder, I have here a sample video and a sample presentation with a green background. Let me open it for everybody to see the content. Now this is my lectures, okay, in my math subject, and of course I also have here another slide. Okay, okay, this one is one slide presentation. Okay, I will be using this to demo later on our workshop. Of course, now I have here picture. Okay, I will be creating a background using this picture. Now, also I have here the my animated GIF. Okay, this is animated GIF. Now, if you are handling a physics subject, you can use animated videos or animated files now to emphasize the principles. Now also I have here, okay, an animated brain. Okay, now okay, that's it for the files that I will be using in your lecture, in creating your lecture video. All right, now is everyone ready for the actual training workshop? Okay, now let's start by opening our OBS Studio. Now in your desktop, now if you have installed your OBS Studio application, now you can see the icon in your desktop. So all you have to do is double click the OBS Studio icon, and then we will start our training proper.
Okay, double clicking the OBS Studio will launch the application. Now before we will start recording our lectures, I will first walk you through some important panes in your OBS Studio application. Now under scenes, we have only one scene. This is by default. Now under this scene 1, you have an empty sources. So what are these sources? Sources can be videos, can be your slides, can be image, can be animated, GIF. Okay, it can be your camera, your microphone. Now these are your sources. Okay, now you can add a source by clicking the plus sign here. So meaning you add a source. So click this plus button and we will add our first source, which is the video capture device. The video capture device is actually your webcam. So click on this. You can rename this as your webcam. So click OK. Here is your webcam. Okay, just click OK and then adjust the screen. Okay, so that it will fill all the black screen. So this is my uh, first source using a webcam. Now, if you want to start recording, you may click start recording here. Okay, and later on, the files or the video that is being recorded will be saved to a default location. So I will discuss later on where is that default location. For the time being, I will record a video. Good morning, this is my first recording and I want you to do the same. Okay, goodbye.
Okay, now after recording your video recorded will be stored in this folder. So open this PC, double click it, and look for the folder videos. Now, under the folder videos, you can see there all your recorded lecture. So in my case, now I will be opening this video by double clicking it. So here is my recorded video a while ago. Let's play it. Okay, that is where the video is being stored after recording. After knowing where the video is stored, now it's time for us to create a shortcut key. So we need this shortcut key for easy access on the recording and stop recording button. Okay, in your OBS Studio, you can see here under controls, now you have here a tab called settings. Now click on this setting tab. Okay, this is your setting tab. And in your setting tab, you can see another tab here called the hotkeys. Now, we are going to use a hotkey in recording and stop recording our video. Now, here is your start recording. Now, I'm going to use a key that is not in use, no, especially when doing presentation like this. So I will be choosing F10 for uh, to start recording my video, and I'm going to choose F9 in my keyboard to stop recording the video. Take note, F10 to start recording and F9 to stop recording the video. Don't forget no, to click apply. So under here, no, in my mouse cursor, you have here apply. Click that and click OK. Now you have a hotkey or shortcut key on stopping and recording your video. Okay, I will be stopping this recording by pressing F9. Okay, now after knowing some basic controls on how to operate or how to start recording and stop recording using hotkeys, now it's time for us to add another source like a PowerPoint presentation. But before that, we are going to minimize our OBS uh, Studio so that now we will give some space to our presentation. So click here to restore down the presentation. This is now your OBS and this will be your lecture files. Now in my lecture files, I have here my sample slides. Now let me open this. Okay, this is my sample slide. In this case, now I will be using my sample slide. So this is my sample slide. Okay. Okay. This is my sample slide that I will be using. I will be using this as a source to our lecture. Now, in your OBS Studio, I want you to go here under the scene because we will be creating a new scene here. So just click the add button here. So the plus button. So click the plus button, and now we are going to create another scene. So let's label this as scene number 2. Okay, this is scene number 2. Okay, so this is scene number 2. You can see here it's all blank. Okay, this is your scene number 1. No, okay, in your scene number 1, and this is my demonstration scene. So to record what I am doing right now, this is my demonstration scene. All right, now in your scene number 2.
Now we are going to add a source no in your scene number 2. Now the first source that I will be adding will be your PowerPoint source. Now in this plus button under sources, you click this plus button and then choose the window capture. Take note, under the sources, you have here the plus button. This is to add a new source. So click here the window capture and then click OK. We can name this window capture as presentation or slides. It depends on you on how you name it. And then I'm going to choose the PowerPoint presentation as my source. Okay. This will be the view of your presentation. Now, the next thing that you will do is to fit this presentation in your screen. Fit this presentation in your screen. Okay, I will see to it that my presentation will have a maximum view. Okay, here now is my presentation. Now, I can easily change, okay, the view of my slides under this method. Take note, I will be presenting you different approach no, in dealing with PowerPoint presentation. So most of the lecturers are using this approach because they can easily control their slides while doing the lecture. Take note, if you are using transitions and animations in your slide, this will not work. Take note, transitions and animations in your slide will not work. It will only work with a plain PowerPoint presentation. Okay, now since we have our presentation, I'm going to add a webcam. So in this case, I'm going to click on the add source. Okay, sorry for that. Add a new source. This time I will use this video capture device, and instead of creating a new video capture device, I will just add the existing one, webcam. So here is my webcam. Now I'm going to resize this one so to focus on my presentation, not on my handsome face. Okay, so this is your presentation. Okay, so let's try. Now, I will be creating a sample video on this presentation. Now, if you want not to switch the view or the scene, you can select the scene number 1 as shown here, and then the view will be changed. Like for example, this is very important when you are talking to your students. They will see your facial expression, your awesomeness, and of course, no, if you are going to lecture, no, your slides, now you go to scene number 2. Okay, scene number 1, this is scene number 1, this is scene number 2. And I'm going to change the slide. Okay, this is my second slide, and this is my third slide, and my fourth slide. Alright, now, since we now know how to switch scene, we are going to create a hotkey. Of course, a hotkey for our scene. So in your settings under controls, now click that. Okay, you can see there the hotkeys. Okay, drag. Okay, until you will see scene number 1 and scene number 2. Now, I will use number 1 in my keyboard, to switch to scene number 1, and I will use a number 2 key on my keyboard to switch to scene number 2. Don't forget to apply and click OK. This time, I will not be using my mouse to switch scene. I will be using my hotkey. So this is my scene number 1 and this is my scene number 2. So scene number 1 is used when you explain things. Now, if you are going to explain clearly to the students, scene number 2 is used to demonstrate your or to lecture your slide, so that now it will only focus. The students will just focus on your slide. This is my scene number 1 again, and this is my scene number 2. Now, I will demonstrate another method on using your PowerPoint presentation. But this time, we will be using animations and transitions on your slide. Now, in your lecture files, in my lecture file, I have here a sample presentation with a green background. So I will open this sample presentation with a green background. This is a sample presentation with a green background. Now, what I'm going to do here is to click on the slideshow tab here. This is the slideshow tab, and I will set it up so that it will not be presented in full screen. Take note, if you select this one, when you do the presentation, it will be on full screen. And I want to present in window mode, screen mode. So press OK. Now let's try. Okay, this is the window mode presentation. So it is easier, it is manageable. You can drag anywhere in the desktop. Now, in my scene number 2, I will still be using scene number 2. This time, take note, this is presentation. This time, I will change these to the presentation I used a while ago. So I will be using this presentation, okay? Or I will delete this first and create another source. So I will create another source. This time, I will select the window capture as a source. Select OK, and then make sure you selected the PowerPoint XC. Okay, PowerPoint slide show. This is very important. PowerPoint slide show. So click OK and adjust your presentation. Okay, now I will cover my screen or my webcam first. Okay, I will cover the webcam. Okay, and then I will add filters to my presentation. What is this filter? Take note, the background of my presentation is colored green. Now, if I'm going to add a filter called chroma key, it will change the color green to a transparent background. Okay, just click on your window capture and then click on filters, and then on this area you can right click your mouse and then add chroma key. Press OK, and then the green background disappears. It becomes transparent. Now close this one, and you can see this is my presentation, and my webcam will become the background of my presentation. This is what I like most in using the OBS Studio. Alright, now if we are going to click on this presentation, now you can see No, the animation is still there. Okay. What is lacking here is the annotations. You cannot annotate using this mode. If you want to annotate, no, you have to use a dual screen setup. No, I will introduce a dual screen setup later on in our succeeding video. Okay, now if you want to do a presentation, you can just click on record and then okay, welcome to our hands-on workshop. Today we are going to create lecture videos using the OBS Studio, compress video using a handbrake, upload videos to YouTube, and embed YouTube videos to your Canvas LMS. So this is a sample presentation. Alright, since we already know how to filter green background and make it transparent, we are going to create another beautiful presentation using filters, but this time we are going to filter out the green background of my webcam. Alright, now I will start by creating another scene here. So add a scene. So I will call it scene number 3. You can actually rename it to the name you want for your screen. So I will just be using scene 3. Okay, now in my lecture files, click on my lecture files. I will select this classroom background. Okay, you can choose image, okay, or you may click and drag the image to your screen. So that is a simple way to do it. Just click on the image and drag it to your OBS screen. Now, this is my classroom background. Now, I want to add a webcam as a source. So this is my video capture device, and I will be using the existing webcam. Now, if you have multiple webcams, okay, this is my webcam. If you have multiple webcams, that's fine. Okay, now I'm going to add filter to my webcam. So in this source, I will right click on my webcam and click on filters. Under the filter effect, right click and then add chroma key. So you will notice that my green background here after I press OK becomes transparent. Okay, that's it. And then click close. Now my background is transparent. I will add another presentation as a source. Okay. This time, now I will use this presentation, my lecture. Okay, I will open it now. Okay, this is my lecture, and I'm going to start a slideshow. Take note, my slideshow is not yet added to my as a source under scene number 3. So I want to add it by clicking the plus button, add a window capture. So I will click add window capture, click OK, and this time you select PowerPoint XC, PowerPoint slideshow. Okay, this is my PowerPoint slideshow, and I want to remove the green background of my PowerPoint slideshow. So how are we going to do that? It's simple. Just click on your window capture, right click, click the filter, and then add filter chroma key. Press OK, and charan, the green becomes transparent. So this is my webcam, that is my background, and this is my presentation. Now I can now do a presentation, a beautiful presentation using filters. Okay, let's start. Good morning. Welcome to our workshop. And today I will teach you how to create a lecture video. Okay. In today's learning outcomes, at the end of the training workshop, the participants should be able to create a lecture video using OBS Studio, upload lecture to a video hosting site like YouTube, or embed video to LMS page, Canvas, Schoology, or Henyo. And that's it. You can see there the the transition of the slide. So it makes your presentation beautiful. All right. This is the last mode now in using the last approach in using a PowerPoint presentation. All right, since we already know how to filter green screen, this time I will be using another source like GIF and videos as my background. Let's have an example here. Now in my lecture files, I have here an animated video. So I'm going to click this one and drag this to my OBS screen. This is my lecture video. This is an animated lecture video. Okay. And what I'm going to do here is to double click it first and see to it that I check the loop. Okay, I will check the loop. It will loop until you close it. Okay, now, since we already know how to remove the green background, we can also do that in our animated video. Just right click on the animated video, select filter, add filter effects, and then add chroma key. Now, if I press OK, the green background will become transparent. Here it goes. This is now my animated brain. So if you are handling subjects that requires animation, this is a good start. Let's try another animation, but this time I'm going to use the GIF. So I will select this brain and then delete it. Delete the brain. Okay, press yes. That's how you delete a source. Like for example, if I want to delete my background, delete this background, press yes. So you just click the select the background you want to delete and press the delete button on your keyboard, or you can just use the plus and minus key here. Plus is to add, minus is to remove. Now I'm going to use another background here. This time I will be using this inclined plane animation as my background. So I will click and drag it to my OBS Studio and then fill the screen with this animation. So take note, my webcam is under this animation. So what I'm going to do here is to make my webcam visible. So by just clicking the up arrow. Okay, now I have my animated GIF as my background. Okay, now let's try another background. Okay, I will delete this first. Okay, this time I will use the minus key. So remove the source, and I will use another source, but this time I will be using my instructional video. This is my instructional video, so I will fill the screen with my instructional video, and I will make this video as my background. Remember, this is my webcam and this is my video. Don't forget to double click the video and click loop. Alright, now here comes my my camera, and I will move it so that I will be shown in my recorded video. Now, for example, if I want to shift scene, this is scene number 2, this is scene number 1, and this is scene number 3. Okay, like for example, if you want to demonstrate how to add numbers using blocks, now using the famous CPA approach in Singapore, you can just say, now I have here 10 ones, 1 tens, and 1 ones. Now, if I'm going to add 2 tens and 3 ones, what will be the sum? We visualize it by writing the numbers. Let's try now. Okay, I have 11 and 23. So the result will be 3 tens and 4 ones. Okay. Okay, now to summarize our hands-on training, we are going to create a complete uh, video presentation. Now, I have here 3 scenes. Okay. Okay, for my scene number 1, it's the source is only webcam. For my scene number 2, it's empty. For my scene number 3, I want to delete all of this. Okay, I want to delete the sample video here. Okay, I will delete the sample video, and I want my screen to have a PowerPoint presentation as my background. This is my PowerPoint presentation that will become my background. All right. Okay, I will be closing that first. Now, I will go to scene number 1. So, in my scene number 1, this is the part of the lecture video that if you are going to create a lecture video, the first scene should be the introduction. Okay, you have to introduce. You can introduce yourself, you can introduce the workshop or whatever. For scene number 2, you have to put an introduction video. Okay, and for scene number 3 will be your lecture proper. Now we will rename the scene. Like for example, right click on scene number 1 and we will rename this as introductory talk. So this is intro talk. And then I will add a background to my intro talk. So in my lecture files, take note, this is my lecture files. I have updated my lecture files. This time I downloaded pictures inside CPU. So this will be my picture. Okay. And then I'm going to put my webcam over my picture. And then I will start my introduction, my introductory talk. All right. Now, for my scene number 2, I want to add an introductory video. So in this case, I have here introductory video. Now I will click and drag it here. This is my introductory video. Okay. If I'm going to shift to scene 1, this is my scene 1, and this is my introductory video. Going back to scene 1 and my introductory video. Now I'm going to rename this as intro video. Okay, that's my intro video. And for my last scene, I'm going to insert a background. So in this case, I will use this background. Okay, I will use this classroom background, or you may drag it here. Oh, what happened to our background? Okay, now let's have it added, like clicking the plus button and then click on the image, and we will use, since the background is not yet existing, we can just add new image, and then we are going to browse where to get that background. So in that case, I save all my temporary files or my lecture files in desktop under the folder lecture files. Now I will select the classroom as background. Okay, this is the classroom as my background, and since this is the background, it should be put at the back. So this is my image classroom. Now I will move it at the back. So this is my lecture. Okay, my scene number 3. This is my lecture proper. Now I will rename this to lecture proper. Rename this to lecture proper. All right, now I'm ready to create a video, a complete 5-minute video for my output for today. Now, okay, I will review my settings, and I will see to it that scene number 3 has a hotkey. Okay, I will choose scene number 3. Okay, we have this scene number 1, we change that to intro talk. Scene number 2, we have introduction video. Scene number 3, where is scene number 3? Oh, I cannot find any scene number 3. Where is scene number 3? Lecture proper is scene number 3. All right, lecture proper. So I remember I renamed it to lecture proper. So I will try to switch now to my scene. This is scene number 1. This is scene number 2, my introductory video. And this is scene number 3, my lecture proper. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to record. No, this is the record button, or you may just click F10 for recording. Okay, let's try. Good morning, welcome to Central Philippine University, and today we are going to discuss how lecture video instruction is created. Now for our lecture proper, we are going to create a lecture video. Now before that, we are going to know what are the learning outcomes. So at the end of the training, the workshop, training workshop, the participants should be able to blah blah blah. Next slide, next slide, next slide. Okay, and then next, next, next. Okay, that's how you create a 5-minute lecture video. Now, good morning, welcome to Central Philippine University, and today we are going to discuss how lecture video instruction is created. Now for our lecture proper, we are going to create a lecture video. Now before that, we are going to know what are the learning outcomes. So at the end of the training, the workshop, training workshop, the participants should be able to blah blah blah. Next slide, next slide, next slide. Okay, and then next, next, next. Okay, that's how you create a 5-minute lecture video.